That's right, everybody. We are in room 164. Welcome to LevelMDiecast, and it's time to walk through what we have going on in here. A lot of different changes recently that I've been doing, which is one of the reasons why there hasn't been as many videos dropping on the channel currently. I am updating a lot of stuff in this room and kind of cleaning things up. Not like before where I talked about where I was wanting to sell some stuff. I kind of got over that hump. It is what it is. But I had to make a lot of room for Majorette. I had to make a lot of room for some M2 trucks that, I've started collecting as well. Some other stuff like that. Semis are always a big deal. They take a lot of space. And I open everything. I enjoy opening everything. So we are going to go through wall to wall, corner to corner, all that good stuff like that. We're going to see what we got going on. And hopefully I don't miss nothing. All right, we're going to start right here in the entryway, and yes, it's unfinished in here. It is what it is. Used to be a bedroom. Now it's room 164. I do have all my RLC chargers up there. So your General Mayhem, the black, the gold, the purple, and the orange. So just kind of threw those up there. Got a dealer Bronco from the convention a few years ago. Got that guy rolling up there. This case here, this is all exotic stuff. So this happens to be all McLaren, Pagani, stuff like that through here. Pretty much just Hot Wheels, except for, of course, your Tarmacs and stuff like that. Some other stuff down here, a couple new additions. Those ones that got to make their way down into the case. Not the greatest light over here, but we move into some Lotus. We got Lamborghini, stuff like that. Rolling through here. A lot of like Black Wall, Ultra Hots era, stuff like that. Some older stuff, and then some newer stuff down here. Got some more Lambos, and then of course we move into all the Ferraris, the 90s Ferraris, Hot Wheels, and things like that. And then some Koenigsegg's and shit like that. Just some random stuff over here. Looks pretty good though. It's packed. There's not really any room for expansion, but for now it's good. We'll just take it as it is. Those are the cases that I pulled down so that we can actually see what's in here. These are those Mascari cases. Oh, I guess before we move on, a couple of greenies, just Mopar related greenies, nothing fancy. That one's kind of cool though. I really like the Challenger up there with the yellow tires. Looks pretty cool. But just some greenies there. I'll probably crack those someday. I'm not going to leave those blistered. Did pick up that one that is signed by Lamely and the designer guy, whoever designed it. I had a buddy pick me up that. These Mascari cases are flexible. This happens to be all Audi and then BMW. It's not every Audi and it's not every BMW in the collection. This just happens to be the ones that I put up there, which maybe they're my favorite. I have no idea. That's just the way that they worked out. So I left them up there. And then we move down into the Mercedes. I really like the Mercedes. The Mercedes is going to expand, I'm pretty sure. And of course, I got the Super there. Looks pretty good. I got to add the main line to that case that I just cracked recently. This one up here is more random Hot Wheels, just a little bit of, everything. I do have some Auto World there on the top. Those are some Rams. Some Elite 64s and things like that. I haven't cracked the Audi yet because the one I got was broken. It was delivered broken. Mirror was broken off of it. So I haven't decided if I want to try to fix that or what I want to do. The rest of the Bugattis are also in a case. At one point in time, I was trying to just put up the stuff I like the most and put everything else away. But I don't like doing that. I like keeping all the castings together. But just some Volvos, got some, a few Holdens on the side. And then this goes down into Mopar stuff. Some Hot Wheels, a decent amount of Hot Wheels, but also a lot of green lights. So big chunk of green light. And this is all green light as well. I really do enjoy Mopar stuff, especially green light. Did kind of sort them a little bit by color, just makes it a little bit easier to If I come across something that I don't think I have, it just makes it look a little bit better. I do like the kind of the way it looked out, though, the kind of way it turned out, I should say. It just looks kind of fancy, you know, just with the colors. This top case here, this is where the 30s cars are. There's 2 cases for just 30s era cars, and they're going to be 99% Hot Wheels. Pretty much every variation, things like that. There's still a huge amount of models that I don't have, which is a little bit frustrating, but I do have quite a few. Not every single one. Still working on some of the tougher ones. They are exactly that. They are tough. So, you know, just moving through here, Classic Caddy, your Talbot, Classic Packard, Mercedes 540K, stuff like that. A lot of those Packards were from Larry's and Phil's garage and all that kind of stuff like that. Lots of wheel variations, obviously. Do have the treasure hunts up there as well. So definitely not going to crack those ones. I am not that crazy. These are Mini GT chases. I did stop collecting chases some time ago. They are just way too expensive. You see, I just, you know, when you're dropping $60 a car, it just gets a little bit ridiculous. So I just basically stuck to the Bentley. That's one of my favorite race cars of all time. So I really like that one a lot. All right, coming back down here, we do have another case for Mopar. This has got your wing cars in it. We got the satellite wagons up on the right. The rest of these are all Chargers. Looks very, very good. First generation Chargers. Moving down into, you know, Belvederes and stuff like that. We do have our Christines, our many flavors of Christine. Our Diplomats there as well. Looks like some Monacos and I think the Grand Furies we've already covered. Yeah, we've already covered the Grand Fury, so I do apologize about that. So just rolling through there. Coming up over on this side here, this is going to be like Auto World and stuff like that for the most part that fits in here. These are those old school Hot Wheels cases that really didn't fit too many Hot Wheels, to be honest with you, because the slots are pretty small. And there's a lot of Hot Wheels cars that just don't fit in there, which is kind of weird. Golfs, got your C8s in there. There's green light in there as well. These Golfs are green light. Looks like most of this is actually green light. We'll get down to the Auto Worlds here towards the bottom. Just some more castings that we collect here. In case you guys are ever watching the channel and you wonder what I do with all those cars I crack, this is what happens to them. They do go somewhere. They are sorted by model and make. So like, say for instance, Greenlight was to do a Supra at some point. I would not put the Greenlight Supras with the Auto World Supras. They just, you know, that's the way that they work. They got to be separate. There's a few Hot Wheels in here. We got Hot Wheels Subaru. I did throw, just, you know, we cracked that 6-car pack, threw that in there. And then this is just one little green machine. I actually pulled that from the peg, so I was pretty happy about that. It's a pretty cool green machine. On the bottom here, we'll kind of step back a little bit. That is the Tomica collection. I actually just got about 17 more models that I'm going to have to figure out how to get in there. Those are in numerical order, but I don't have like a number for every single one. You know, so like 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 49, 49, you know. But they're all different. There's no duplicates or anything in there. I only collect Tomica with the box. So if I don't have the box, I typically try to stay away from it because I like the box. This little case right here, this is all the motorcycles. So the motorcycles are kind of jammed in there. I try to triple them up if I could and stuff like that just to get them all to fit. But that is the only case of motorcycles, but it is a pretty decent one. Those are all just extra loose Chargers I have just lying around, which includes this guy right here, which is the Albuquerque dealer model from a couple years ago. I have a few of these. So a little bit obsessed with the Charger, just a little bit. So got some extra ones of those. Moving through this wall here, this wall has the nicer display cases. These are the oak ones with the glass doors. I picked those all up at once a few years ago. Those actually came out of a gentleman's collection from Mesquite. He was a big Matchbox collector. I figured his name right now. But just through the network of people that we know, that's how I was able to acquire these. I do have green lights in there right now. On this particular one here, just some HD trucks. I moved the rest of the HD trucks out, so we'll get to those here in a minute. Trailers, yes, I do collect Greenlight trailers. I have really slowed way down though, so I don't really collect all of them anymore. So those are all the hitched homes, all the versions and stuff like that. I still have hitched homes 14 that I got to do. Still waiting on getting that last model in case you guys watched my haul video from a little while ago. Only got 5 of the 6 models, so I've been working on that. More Greenlight trailers here, kind of the car haulers and stuff like that. More hitched homes down there. Some smaller trailers with the motorcycles on there that they did. Hay bale trailers. This is the flatbed trailer. A couple of miscellaneous stuff in there. The pop-up camper trailer. Concessions trailers. The canoes, stuff like that. The boats on the top. Dump trailer, things like that. Horse hauler trailer. More of the Airstreams, and then the more heavy-duty car hauler trailer as well. So I got all those in there. This particular one here at the bottom is kind of like a freestyle case. I actually put some of this stuff in here because I needed the jammer case that they were in. So all of these stompers I put in there. I actually just recently got a set of stompers. So these are all stompers I've pulled from dump bins, things like that, right? The ones down here, these ones are mint. These ones are perfectly mint on that shelf there. I'm only missing 1 or 2, I think 1 model maybe, to complete a complete mint set. There's 2 colors per, but I was pretty happy about picking those up. That was pretty cool. And then the rest of this is just miscellaneous stuff. Got some Racing Champions drag cars. There's a drag buses in there, stuff like that. Some other Mopar type stuff. Just, you know, cool random stuff. V8 supercars that I get from my buddy Jackson from Australia. I get all those from him because, of course, those aren't available here in the U.S. This next case over here, this is nothing but Rams. This is all Greenlight Rams. 2500s, all those 1500s as well. No dualies or anything. I'll show you where the dualies are probably towards the last part of the video. So there's those. And then we get into the Mini GT, which literally takes up the entire rest of the wall. I think the easiest way to really grasp the Mini GT is kind of from this angle. So each case holds roughly 7 rows, 6 cars each. So about 42 cars per. So it's about as full as I can get. I did create extra space here, but I do have them all sorted by like models. So like if you crack it open, you know, you got your Vision DTs, your Bugattis, things like that. Then you get into your Liberty Walks, GTRs, all that kind of stuff like that. I did have them sorted by body kit as well at one point in time, but it's a little bit fluid nowadays just because there's a lot of Mini GT coming out these days, just a lot of it. So just rolling through there. But that case is full. And then I have the Land Rovers down here because they have a bigger box, so there's not enough space to set them on the top like I do with the rest of them. And then portion stuff up here. So I do have a little bit of expansion room right there. It's not a lot. Above that is all the Kaido houses. So this is all the standard release Kaido houses. I don't do chases. I don't do raw or that kind of weird stuff. This is just all the regular releases. So there's a lot of them. That includes the 2 newest ones that just dropped, which is the blue Silverado and that silver R33. And then all the Matchbox Mattel Creations models. So that's everything released so far. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 normal models. And then, of course, your Gold State Coach as well. So looking pretty good over there. A couple more of these cases over here. This has the bigger Mini GT stuff, all the trucks. So all the release of the trucks. I'm only missing 1 single truck release. And it's very rare to find. It was for a shipping company. I forget what it is, but it's one of the container trucks. So maybe someday, hopefully I'll get it. But then just, you know, your Lamborghini Uruses and stuff like that in there. Just the stuff that takes up bigger space. The other stuff that's in this case, this is all Porsche stuff. It's everything Porsche related. Got some Schuko in there, Siku in there, Tarmac in there, some Paris 64s. Those are all majorette Porsches, newer majorette Porsches. More Porsches here up at the top. A couple of 1/43rd scale stuff they got for super cheap, so I threw them in there. Rest of this case is going to be a little bit of everything, but it's sorted by model. So you got all your 993s, you got your 935s, 959s, a couple Tomicas in there too, some loose ones. Got some Blackwall and Real Rider 928s. Just a little bit of everything in here. 356s. So all of those mixed in there, and then of course stuff that says Porsche on it, not necessarily Porsche itself, but it says Porsche on it. So that looks pretty good. Finally got the yellow Gunther. I had the black and the green one, but didn't have the yellow one, so I'm pretty happy I finally added that. A couple of short card Kabaya majorettes that a buddy of mine picked up, so I'm pretty happy about those, so I got those there. A couple of the newest additions I haven't put away yet. That is a Johnny Lightning. That's a pretty tough piece right there. And then just that new Porsche from the Vintage Racing series. Next up here, this is just a case for like 911s for the most part. Most of them are all 911s, GT3s, 964, some stuff like that. It's a little bit of everything. Got the tuned one in there. Some newer generation stuff in there, some Schuko. But the rest of this is kind of all over the place. A couple real toys in there as well. The black one is especially nice. The Boxster with the top on it, the Caymans, some Z toys there at the top. So just a whole lot of mix of stuff in there. But for the most part, just general 911 and related generational ones. Now this case right here used to be Porsche as well, but I had to expand the majorette. So that is all majorette. That whole case is majorette. It's all modern majorette as well. I made the decision long ago to just stick with modern majorette and not classic majorette, so made that big change. A couple of random things here. That is a dealer model 914 from 2010. That is an error. No tampo on the side for that 934.5, which was pretty good. Blackwall, new on card. Gold Blackwall, new on card as well. This one's pretty cool. 959 tattoo car. Do apologize a little bit about the light up there. The mail-in 911, and then just rare variations for 959. Those are just factory sticker models, nothing fancy. All the way through there, nothing big deal. Some oddball weird. Out of left field brands, like I always do. Got your Masto Porsche 5-pack, some other stuff down here. It's a very interesting like remote control car, which is kind of cool. It's from New Bright. It's like 1988, which is pretty cool. That one is another one. That one looks pretty cool. That actually works. Actually put batteries in it. It actually works. It's kind of cool. That's from the late 80s as well. And then this case is the racing Porsches. So you're going to have all your 917s in there, your 911 GT1, your 962s, all that kind of stuff like that. All that good stuff there. A lot of majorette in there, some Hot Wheels in there as well. Just a little bit of mixed everywhere. But I like it. It's pretty good. Looks pretty cool. And then down here is going to be like your 993 generation, your 964 generation for the most part is going to be what's down in here. Some turbo stuff in there. Your Boxsters there on the right from Majorette. But some variations and other stuff like that. A couple other brands in there. That's a Ertl. That Martini is an Ertl. Just stuff I've come across. A couple color changers as well. So, and then of course some loose of the 911 turbos as well. Blackwall style looks pretty good. Those are not mints. They got some flea bites on them, but for the most part they are in excellent shape. Up here at the top, I do have a pretty rare Mini GT error. Some you don't see every day. The box is upside down, not that big a deal, but it's there. Another variation for that 959, we got our Magnus Walker. So pretty happy about that one. That is a Motormax 959, and then that is a custom. That was given away that I happened to find at a local diecast shop, so I'm pretty happy about that. That one is pretty sweet. RLC 959 in red and black, and then your mail-in 356 speeder. That particular 964 right there, that is unspun. A Maesto Porsche set. I was actually looking for that one for quite some time. It's a relatively difficult piece to find, which is pretty nice. This is kind of the only Tarmacs I have. I'm not a huge Tarmac fan unless it's a specific casting. So we do have R33s up here. That is your Bruce Lee. That is the green Volvo. I do apologize about the glare. That is a Air 404 R33. I don't believe that is licensed, but I got that for like 30 bucks. So I was pretty happy about that. We do have a super cheap Hilux up there because I got that for like, I don't know, like $9 or something like that. So couldn't pass it up. A couple of Kyoshos up here as well. Some race cars right there. That one looks pretty good. Super GT, Audi, stuff like that. Some Para 64s. The glare is crazy. I do apologize. We move into some high aces. I do like the high ace a lot. It's one of my favorites. And then, of course, all the R33s from Inno. That's how I roll. Super obsessed with the R33. That's the best Skyline ever made. So I do have all those versions, including the Toy Car Saloon 2023. And then a couple more Tarmacs down here, or I'm sorry, high aces down here. That one is also a high ace. It's one of those tin ones. All right, this is expansion here. We're going to try to get this a little bit better here. Let me go on the other side here real quick. Do apologize. Just to get a little bit more space in here. That is all modern majorette. I did add all those cases there on the top to put all the individual cars in. But that is all majorette, all of it, every bit of it. Sorted by model, so just a little bit of everybody in there. I do have one older majorette, which is that FJ. It's just cool. Thing is mint, so threw that up in there. But other than that, just more and more stuff. Jackson has, my buddy from Australia, has pretty much got me most everything you see up here over the years. And I'm very, very happy and very, very thankful for that, for sure. Very nice to have a trade partner, you know, because you can't get majorette here in the U.S. because it's just the way it works. More majorette. This is my 600 series trucks. This is probably one of my biggest pride and joys of my entire collection. I really, really, really like the 600 series trucks. Every single one of these is different. There are no duplicates, regardless of what you're looking at. I assure you there's no duplicates. There are variations, factory variations to all of those, as far as casting changes and whatnot as well. So Majorette did a lot of running changes back in the day. Not so much anymore, but back in the day, running changes was a very, very common thing with them. So get that back in there for you. So really, really happy about that. I really like that. That's that display case it's in. It's been modified. It used to be one of those ones that you would put like papers and stuff in, and you'd have it'd be like a bulletin board. So I had to modify it to make it a little bit deeper, but it works out just great. I really like it a lot. On the bottom, there's all the action drivers. The only ones that I don't currently have are the Harbor and the Dock Harbor, and then there's one like that off-road mountain something. So there's only two I don't have. The ones that are not pictured here are ones that I've already opened and built, but I stopped building these because I just don't have any space to put any of them. So like I said, I just left them as it is. This corner right here, this is all like local related diecast. You know, we're here in the Maha City here. So all of this stuff here is Colorado related diecast stuff. So, you know, you have a lot of State Patrol in here, Denver Police, Old School State Patrol. Got some tough ones here with the Arapahoe County ones. Those ones from Greenlight are pretty tough. Colorado Springs as well. That is a Gunnison Fire Department. Longmont Police. I do have a Micro Machine up there that is Colorado State Patrol. And then that guy right there is, I think that's SpecCast maybe. But just another State Patrol model. So all of those are Colorado related. this would be the closet. Like I said, this used to be a bedroom. I did add light over here. If you guys watch my channel, I haven't had light over here, but I finally added a light over here, which is pretty nice. Along the edges here, this is all Real Toy. So I always look for Real Toy. It's one of my favorite ones. I think Real Toy is one of the coolest diecast ever. And I have some more of those on this side as well. I have significantly more Real Toy than this. We'll get to in a second, but this just happens to cover up that part of the wall because I try to cover every square inch of wall that I can, as much as I can. These display cases here in the back corner, this one just has a bunch of random trucks. Those are bigger scale trucks. Some Maesto custom rigs down at the bottom, Super Kings, a lot of Ertl. There's Corgi, some off-brand, some more Corgi, Yachtming, car hauler looks pretty good. That's Majorette there on the top. A couple other things here. Those are some relatively cheap trucks. They're metal and they're decent quality, but they were cheap back in the day. But they're friction trucks, so you push them and then they drive. Some more Yachtming, deluxe packs, I guess you can say. I got a Action UPS delivery truck, which is kind of cool. It's something different. That is a custom. That's a custom that a friend of mine did for me. The Rock Shocker, super glare. Apologize about that. And then just a couple more gift packs and stuff like that up there. More Ertl trucks of the world. And then we're going to move into a ton of trucks. Dodge wheel packs, M2, BJ and the Bear premiums, Z Toys, trucks, Road Tough trucks. Ones that I've come across that are still packaged. Some Road Champ stuff all the way down here. Old school Toys R Us. Super cool. Super cool. Really stoked about that one. That one's super cool. That's a Majorette, by the way. That's a Majorette. Super cool. Some more older stuff. JRI, road machines, things like that. Fast Lane. A little bit more here. KB Toy Stores. Super cool. Some other stuff here. Value. Giant Stores. I don't know if Giant Stores are still around. I guess you guys can drop a comment and let me know. And then I have all of my Power Wagons. So I think I have all the Power Wagons. That was from the box set. These are from Boulevard releases or garage releases back in the day. Pretty tough. A couple of convention models there as well. That one is the toughest one right there. That pink convention model. We get behind the light here. That is the entire case for these particular trucks. It mix of stuff in there. Some green light, mostly Hot Wheels, but there's some green light in there. So just have those sorted up. This case right here, this has got all my Route Runners in there, all my my Tahoes and stuff in there, my first generation, or not first generation, but Ram trucks, the W Series trucks from the early 60s from Greenlight. And then it's got the all the Jeeps. Having a complete brain aneurysm right now. Whatever the truck's called, the Gladiator. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't figure out what it's called. That is all Greenlight. This whole case is Greenlight. There's more of the classic trucks there. Pretty much every single release. I might be missing a couple here and there. And then, of course, we started with the first generation Rams down here. Greenlight has done quite a few already. So I have all those guys lined up down there, which are looking pretty good. Still more to come for sure. Some other random stuff down here. Got the Astro Drag bus. A couple of those Toyota off-road trucks. All of the campers that Greenlight does. The Volkswagen Transporters that I do have. I just come across those and pick them up. I don't hunt them down. And then some leftovers from that new Great Outdoor series from Greenlight. Just some more random trucks here. Some Karamas in there. Just a little bit of everything. Some Hot Wheels haulers. I do have quite a few Hot Wheels haulers, which I'm pretty happy about. So I'll move over here. Hot Wheels haulers look pretty good. I do like them a lot. I don't collect like the ones that are not at least a little bit realistic. Your Toys R Us Gold Series ones down there. Let's see here. Some traffic stoppers. Still new on card, which is kind of cool. A couple more Ertl trucks, things like that. Looks pretty good. This is some other random stuff here. We got some majorette trucks down there, some Johnny Lightning, some Hot Wheels stuff there, the Matchbox KME pumpers. I am missing one of those still, the 50th anniversary one. All of the Hull and Gas from Hot Wheels. So I did do a video about that at one point in time. That was kind of interesting, a little bit of a different flair try. Matchbox Super Kings truck. Most of the rest of this is Ertl. Some old school Matchbox there. Some cheaper old school diecast. Some more Matchbox there. Really like all these trucks though. Moving up from there, these are Corgi. These bigger scale ones are Corgi. Some off brands. I wouldn't even be able to tell you what that brand is. Just something weird, but it's a cool looking truck. Some heavy hitter Blackwalls, the airport fire truck and the crane. Some more Kurama. Overflow for my majorette trucks, the circus trucks, because they don't fit in the other display case. That is Rotuff, this big truck here. A little bit more, a lot of Ertl super glare. Sorry about that. I do have a racing truck up there as well. That one looks pretty cool. Some Siku in there. And then I do have vehicles up on the top. So I do apologize about the glare, but that's, you know, mostly Hot Wheels up there. Just trying to utilize as much space as humanly possible to cover every square inch of the room that I possibly can. This case is all off-road. Hummers, some Tarmac, Land Rovers, Auto World Jeeps. Pretty much it. Pretty much straightforward as it is. I used to have, oh yeah, and then I have the Mach E's up there too for green light. And then of course, you know, the Forerunners that everybody's obsessed with from Hot Wheels, which is, I mean, they're right. This case right here is going to be all the Durangos, the green light Durangos on the right, and then all your C30 Wreckers. I am missing one single one, which is the CHP, but that's on its way, so I finally have that one. Started putting the Scouts in there as well. Looks okay. Ram Chargers, Jeep, and stuff like that. And then, of course, all my A100s. I have all the A100s, I think, except for the Japan Convention. So I'm still hunting that one down. Those are the ones that I have that are loose. We got our double bubble. We got the 19th convention. There's the mail-in model as well. So I think I might have them all. I don't have the Japan convention though for sure, but we're getting there. All right, speaking of greenlight HD and SD trucks, there is the rest of them. I did stick them all the way over here. It worked out better. Fills up this display case pretty good. These are overflow for super rigs. I will show you where the rest of the super rigs are just in a moment. Some Matchbox convoys, just everything. I love trucks. And trucks are my favorite, so just buy trucks. If I don't have it, I want it. So just get a little bit of this glare out of there. In case you were wondering, yes, they are perfectly sized to open around the cases. So. But just green light, 90% green light through there. Some of the newer convoys, stuff like that, just packed in there, just as much as I can do. There's no expansion room, unfortunately, though. It's completely full. All right, coming around the corner here, this is going to be all my chargers. Obviously, I have a charger, so I'm a little obsessed. All green light, that's the newest generation charger. And then as we go down, they will go older. And older and older until you get to the original release of the 4-door. And then we're going to move into the Challenger, which is from both Greenlight and Auto World. These ones happen to be all Auto World. And then the one on the bottom is going to be all Greenlight. So that's all the Greenlight ones. So I am missing a couple. I'm also missing, they did a color fusion. Sorry about that. Dropped the camera, but they did a color fusion 5-pack or 6-pack, I think. So I don't have that one. That one very rarely comes up for sale. There is a shelf up here at the top. This just has some trucks on it. Go figure. These trucks are a little bit of everybody, but you know, Maesto, there's one Siku down there, Shinsei as well, so nothing fancy. That's golden wheels right there. This looks pretty good. And then moving around to this corner right here, this case right here happens to be all Hot Wheels Ford Racing. It just worked out that way. I'm not a big fan of Ford, but that's just the way it worked out. So I threw those in there. Then up here is like miscellaneous majorette. For the most part, most everything up here is majorette, rally cars, things like that. It's a little dark in this corner. This is where the door is, and some other Hot Wheels up there as well. Some Peugeots, some old school Blackwells and things like that. Some Hot Wheels ID cars as well, just a few that I wanted to keep. I just kept the ones that I liked from the collection, but that's it, nothing fancy. This case is all majorette Volkswagen. So the whole case is Volkswagen. We've gotten a lot of those punch buggies, so of course, you know, there's been a ton of releases that we've been able to pick up. Some overflow for Hot Wheels, just some more Aston Martins and stuff like that, just some space that I can put above the display case. And then this part will be a little bit difficult to get to, but that is more majorette. It's like all the Hiluxes and stuff like that, some Chevy trucks and some things like that. Some carded Charger stuff, those are errors. For one way or another, there's another one of those Albuquerque convention cars. The Tesla, just have that chilling there. And then over here, we do have factory sealed Charger, just cause. Factory sealed Bugatti, just cause. Old school Ultra Hot, looks okay. Some original Real Riders, those were gifted to me. Both of those Shelbys were gifted to me. Did purchase that Mercedes, so definitely not something we're going to crack. Most recent RLC release, more convention cars from Matchbox, so a couple of those. The mail-in bus as well from 70th anniversary. That is the Datsun, which is signed by all the ambassadors that are on there. I also had lamely sign it for whatever reason. It's whatever. And then another convention one at the top. So that rolls around the room. Now, last part we have is going to be this center section here. So these are like the bigger display cases. Should be relatively straightforward. Just some real old school cheapy card stuff. That display case is actually meant to hold cards. It's an acrylic case, but I don't know what I want to do with that. So for now, they just kind of hold on to the cards. This is a big chunk of my real toy that's left. I do have a couple of these store displays. They are full, all the models in there. A couple extra ones on the top as well. I've done videos for both of those. So if you want to, search those up, you can. This case here is for all of my real working rigs. So there'll be this one plus one more case. Again, every real working rig ever released, we have them all. Second pride and joy of my collection for sure. Atomica box sets on the top here. And then some TLV type stuff on the top as well. I just threw the M2 trucks in there for now. They kind of fit in this particular case, so I just threw them in there for right now. But that's the rest of the Atomica stuff. That Skyline box set is pretty cool. This display case down here at the bottom, this is all Gran Turismo. Everything in here is Gran Turismo related. It's my Gran Turismo shrine. Added that Majorette 72 Porsche right there. That Vision GT Porsche right there. The collector's editions of Gran Turismo 5 for both Europe and US. Those, I think those are Tarmacs potentially for the Shell promo. Some Spark 1/18 scale. Some Atomica there in the back for that S2000. I do have 1/18 scale of both the Citroen GT and the Red Bull Carbon. Those are probably some of the most expensive 1/18 scales ever. Well, at least in my collection anyways. The Auto Art R34 pace car as well. Looks pretty good. I do have cracked and sealed versions of all the models for Gran Turismo that Hot Wheels has done as well through the latest release in there right there with the Porsche. Those are the Chase Vision GTs. Those are some regular Vision GT down there. Your Majorette playset that they did as well. I do have the 5-pack box set up there as well. And then, of course, all the Vision GT models that they've done for the Lamborghini. US and import stuff for the PS2, PS3, PS1, all that stuff like that. And then these are the 2 previous 8-car sets that Hot Wheels did for Gran Turismo back in the day. So that case is pretty cool. I actually really like that case a lot. Some Spark Bentley GT GTCs. Again, I really like that race car, so I have a few of those up there. Again, I'm literally taking up whatever space that I can. Those are the M2 trucks that I've been putting where I've cracked them all. That's the rest of them right there. Some other random stuff here, stuff that either doesn't fit anywhere else or just throw it in there for now. The Suburbans, I do have the Las Vegas convention one coming soon. And then this case here is going to be like all the better-ish stuff. This is going to be like RLC stuff, convention stuff, all that kind of stuff like that. I got rid of most of my RLC that I had. I had quite a few RLC at one point in time. I had about like 30 of them or something, but I pretty much got rid of them all. Just not feeling it anymore. Your Power Wagons there, the Porsche German convention models, a couple of other Matchbox ones like that, just some random stuff, the Mexico Porsche. So nothing super fancy. I don't pursue those too much. This is all the Greenlight Impalas, lowriders, things like that. Caprices are in here. The Cadillacs are in here. This is where they all are. They are big cars, so I had to put them in the actual Greenlight cases that can hold on to them. Some Kidco there at the top. Trucks. Then more Caprice. Moving down. More Caprice. The Lincoln from Auto World. I absolutely love that casting. Such a good model. And then even more Caprice. More Impala. This is a little small case for more Mopar stuff. It's all Hot Wheels. I do believe it's all Hot Wheels, all Lucy's. Oh, except for the Stealths. Those are Auto World. And then some Johnny of the Aspens as well in there. And then your Chrysler 300s, a couple of the other lowriders like the Monte Carlo and stuff. Those are relatively recent. The case down here, I do have some military planes. I got rid of most of my military planes, but those ones I didn't want to. Those are some higher in Corgi ones. And then the rest of this entire display case is nothing but trucks, convoy trucks, top to bottom, every single shelf. Most of those are Matchbox at the top. This shelf right here that you're looking at right there, that is all Maesto all the way across, with some towards the bottom. Just get down here. That is the rest of the Super Rigs. So I do have them sorted by model. Most every Super Rig gets like 2 colors, and then you don't see it for a while, which is kind of weird. But yeah, just stacked it in there as much as I could. Some Premier trucks in the back as well. So just fitting what I can. Some Ken toys there. Those are all Ken toys. They're mostly plastic, but I still like them. I think they're pretty cool. And then just some other random stuff here. More random trucks. A few Majorettes mixed in there, but they're not the 600 series. They're something else. A few more Greenlights. Oddball castings, the Buicks and stuff like that. A couple of the BBRs are in there. Random stuff on this corner. 124 scales as well. Those Robotechs, I thought those were kind of cool, so I scooped those up. This case here has the rest of the real working rigs in it. So those are all real working rigs. And then these are all dually trucks. 99% of them are Greenlights. So those look pretty good. Super glare. This shelf is in the way from being able to open the door, so I do apologize. Some Ertl trucks in there. And then just some Johnny Lightnings and stuff. There's the Greenlight Titans. So And then this is more Hot Wheels stuff here. The locomotive and stuff like that. Some 1996 first editions, variations, and things like that. It's just kind of there. A couple more Australia models. The Monero. And then the Maloo. I think that's what that's called. The truck version. Random stuff here at the top. Those are Maesto 2-packs, the trailer ones. So I got a couple of display cases just to keep those covered. Keep them dust free for now. That is an original Transformer. In really good shape. Really like that one a lot. There's some random plastic Unimog truck. It's got all kinds of like Majorette cards in there and stuff like that. I used to keep those, but I throw them away now. This is the rest of my Greenlight Rams, the dualies, all the trailers, the fifth wheel trailers and stuff like that. They're all in these stacked display cases from Hobby Lobby. So those are looking pretty good. I just threw those in there because, you know, those trailers and the trucks just take up so much space. And then this is all my R33s, like Hot Wheels. There's some Tomica in there. A little bit of everything. This particular part of the room is definitely lacking severely in light. You see there is a light over there, a couple lights here, but I don't have a light on this side yet. But there will be a light here at some point in time in the very near future. And then this is a display case that I was building that junkyard diorama in. I pretty much just called it good. So it is what it is for now. It was kind of an idea that I definitely put time into it and effort into it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know if that was the best use of the space. And then above that, I just put a bunch of tractors and stuff like that. Just a bunch of tractors I had lying around. I've been on a big tractor kick for a little bit. So I decided to throw the tractors out there and see how I felt about that. There's another shelf of them here. So most of those are play worn. They're not like mint or anything like that. It's a lot of stuff I pulled out of dump bins and whatnot. But it looks pretty cool. It's all right. It's all right. So that's it. That is the whole walkthrough around the room. If you stuck around that whole time, you are truly either A, a fan of me, B, a fan of Diecast, or maybe you're just sitting on the toilet and you had just tons and tons of time to wait and do that. But either way, I'll be happy either way, because I always like showing off what I got. I like showing off Diecast, talking Diecast. You know, years and years ago, I used to see collections like this, and I'd be like, how is that even possible? How do you get that many cars? But you realize that these collections are built over a very long time. You know, I've been building this collection since 2006. This is the smallest part of the collection as well. So everything else is outside this room. And but this is the stuff I like to display. This is the stuff that gets seen. And I still have a couple more walls, couple little nooks and crannies and stuff like that. I got to figure out how to stick something in so that it's plastered floor to ceiling, nothing but cars. And then I'll be really, really happy. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Drop a comment, critique me, give me props, whatever you want to do. You know, I love the comments. I read every single comment as always. And I appreciate every single one of you guys that sticks around and watches my videos. I appreciate every one of you. So we're going to roll out. Catch you next time on Level M. Peace.